It's late at night, around midnight. The house is dark, pitch black, except for a faint flicker of light coming from the second living room. Tony walks in through the front door into the first living room. Confused, he thinks to himself, why is it so dark in here? He passes through the darkness towards the kitchen, sets down his keys, wallet, and cell phone on the counter, and flips on the light switch. That's when he notices the TV glowing in the second living room. It's playing Terrifier 2. Art the Clown is killing Dr. Morgan. As Tony gets closer to the TV, he notices something else. Chucky is sitting casually on the couch. In his left hand, a bowl of soup and some chips. In his right hand, a butcher knife. Tony smirks, shaking his head. Real funny, Chucky eating snacks with a knife like that. But what Tony doesn't realize, this isn't just a doll. This is the real Chucky. Charles Lee Ray, the serial killer who back in 1988 used a voodoo ritual to transfer his soul into a good guy doll after being fatally shot by police in a Toys R Us. He's been killing ever since. Tony laughs a little, looking back and forth between the TV and Chucky, not noticing the danger in the doll's cold, staring eyes. He assumes this must be a prank. Where's Bella? He wonders. His 4-month-old puppy isn't around, and he half believes his girlfriend Denise is behind this. There's no sign of Bella, no sign of Denise either. Tony sits down in the first living room, but unease gnaws at him. He grabs his phone, starts recording Chucky sitting there with the snacks, and then calls Denise. Hey babe, Tony says. Is the Chucky doll out of the box? What are you talking about? Denise replies. I didn't touch the doll. You told me it's a collector's item. It'll lose value if I mess with it. Yeah, that's true, Tony says. It's been, 35 years? Tony, I swear I didn't touch it, Denise insists. As Tony talks, Chucky stares at him, fingers tapping the handle of the knife, debating whether to strike. Tony starts to think harder. Denise isn't a prankster. In 2 years together, she's never done anything like this. So, what the hell is going on? He glances back at Chucky. The doll sits perfectly still, trying its best to play dead. Denise's voice cuts back in over the phone. Hello? Babe? Are you still there? Oh, yeah. Sorry, Tony says. What were you saying? Don't forget to feed Brownie and Bella. Make sure they have water. Right, I'm going to look for Bella. It's weird. She didn't even greet me when I came home. Great, Denise sighs. She's probably chewing on shoes or wires again. Tony walks away, but not before muttering, this is starting to creep me out. Snacks, soup, and a butcher knife? Enough of that. He takes the bowl, chips, and knife away from Chucky and sets them down on the desk by the window before heading to the bedroom to look for Bella. From the closet, he hears whining. He yanks it open. Bella is tied up, her mouth taped shut. What the hell? Tony unties her and rips the tape off. She whimpers, licking his hand. Meanwhile, in the kitchen, Chucky pulls open a drawer, retrieves another butcher knife, and grins. Chucky wants to play. Slowly, he creeps down the hallway, giggling, knife raised high. But Bella senses him and barks loudly, warning Tony. Tony spins around just in time to block the attack. The knife slices his hand open. Blood spills. In shock and pain, Tony swings his fist and punches Chucky square in the face. The doll stumbles back, shrieking, Motherfucker, that hurts. You're gonna die for that. Tony lunges for the knife, but Chucky snatches it first. He slashes wildly. Tony scrambles, grabs a lamp from the side table and smashes it over Chucky's head. He then slams the doll against the wall, but to his horror, Chucky gets right back up. Tony's heart races. He hears his own heartbeat pounding in his ears. Fear builds, but so does anger. Bella growls, then charges. She bites down hard on Chucky's cheek, her jaw locking like a vise. Blood stretches across his face as she tears into him. Chucky screams in pain, rips her off, and throws her across the room. "You little bitch." Before Chucky can finish her, Tony charges and punts him like a football. Chucky flies across the open bedroom door, slamming into the hallway wall. Blood pours from his nose. "Son of a bitch," Chucky snarls, staggering towards the kitchen. Tony limps to the other room, fumbling with his gun safe. His hands shake as he remembers he used most of the rounds at the gun range, only one bullet left. Gotta make it count. The house is dark. Chucky has cut the power. Tony grips his phone for light, gun in hand, creeping through the wall. Bella follows, growling. Suddenly, Chucky lunges out of the shadows, claws raking at Tony's face. They struggle, the phone falling to the ground, its light casting eerie shadows. Tony plants his foot in Chucky's chest and hurls him through the wall. Both scramble for the gun. Bella leaps, biting into Chucky's eye. He shrieks, ripping her off. Tony then seizes the gun, but Chucky bolts into the second living room. The security system chimes. Second living room window open. Tony rushes outside just in time to see Brownie, his other dog, attacking Chucky in the yard. Brownie's teeth sink into Chucky's wrist like a shark thrashing its prey. "Good boy, Brownie," Tony yells. Chucky fights, screaming in agony, and manages to slip through a crack in the wooden fence, flipping Brownie off as he escapes into the alleyway. Blood trail marks his path. Moments later, Denise's car pulls up. She walks inside, shocked by the mess. "Tony, what the hell happened here? Why is the lamp broken? Why is there blood on the floor? Did you cut yourself?" "Yeah, babe," Tony lies quickly. "I broke the lamp but cut my hand. Nothing serious." She narrows her eyes, but lets it go. "Fine, just clean it up and use peroxide." Tony nods, heading out the back to check on Brownie, only to find the dog chewing on something. Chucky's severed right hand. Horrified, Tony grabs it and hides it before Denise sees. Later, as they clean up, Denise gets a text from the neighbor. "Is everything okay? It sounded like someone was fighting in your house." Tony forces a laugh. "You know me. I like my horror movies loud. That's all it was." But in the shadows of the alleyway, Chucky watches them, seething. "So you want to play with Chucky? You're dead. It's playtime." Sneaking into the garage, he arms himself with a nail gun. He bursts through the door, firing aimlessly. Nails pierce Tony's shoulder and thigh, barely missing Denise. They dive for cover as Chucky laughs. "Let's play." Tony wrestles him, shouting for Denise to grab the fire poker. She stabs Chucky in the chest, then lights the fireplace. Together they shove him in. Chucky screams, his plastic body melting, his face warping in agony. Silly claws his way out, staggering forward. Tony steadies his .44 Magnum. One round left. This ends now. He pulls the trigger. Chucky's head explodes. Tony gasps for breath. Denise stares, horrified. "What the fuck, Tony?" Tony exhales and mutters, "Yeah, by the way, my Chucky doll is possessed." They talk late into the night, shaken but alive, and to this day, they're still together.